All right. Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club. Stop and chat with our returning guest, Mr. Chris. Wait. Special returning guest, Mr. Chris Ray is with us. What's up, bro?
What's up, guys?
Hello, Chris.
Chilling.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys, too.
Listen, dude, I love seeing you, you know. I love
such a happy guy, dude.
Always,
man.
always.
Smiles.
What bums you out?
Start off.
What bums you out, bro?
Low batteries. You know what? I hate traveling on airplanes with camera gear. That sucks. I don't like that.
I feel like it's a bummer.
Why? Just because you have to like actually deal with it all while you're there?
It's just like you just always get in trouble, and then like the gear's expensive, and it's just always a hassle, and it's just just traveling with a lot of gear, and then like you're skating through places like New York that's super fun to just push around, but you have all this gear, you have all these cameras and gear, and it gets annoying. That bums me out, but that's kind of it.
I always tripped out that at a certain point in time, probably with the cameras getting better and better and better, the filmer's bag started getting bigger than the photographer's bag.
Yeah, it completely switched. I always tripped out on that. And I guess it's just because of the different lenses and the cameras, and then we got HD, and then they got little different rigs you could use and different things, right?
Yeah.
Not when you have a GoPro, though.
Oh, hey.
Eliminate all that.
Put that in your back pocket and call it a day.
Basically.
So when I go on the GoPro trips, that's amazing because I feel like I'm forgetting something because you'll literally go with just the camera and a small backpack, and I'll be like, I need to put something in here, and those are like the best trips for that reason. Also, it feels weird. You just feel like you're forgetting something.
That's amazing. But you're one of the. I mean, listen. Let's be honest here. GoPro is an amazing company. We're actually doing a raffle next with the GoPros and stuff. So thank you so much, GoPro. This has nothing to do with Chris Ray's our boy. Obviously, we want to have him on the show. But with the GoPro, it's. I was just talking to you before the show. It's for a novice like me to sit there and set up the GoPro and do all that stuff. It's a little bit, you kind of got to like maybe read the manual or watch a YouTube video. Right. It's not kind of straightforward, so to speak. I mean, it is in a sense, but it's a little, there's a lot of settings and shit.
Yeah, I think that there's like, I think like everybody, because I film a lot of stuff besides skating too. So I've noticed that like there's skater settings, there's like car settings, things like that. So, I mean, dude, people hit me up all the time and they're like, what setting are you shooting in? And I tell them and share it with them because, I mean, dude, I want to see some awesome footage from everybody.
So getting on a plane derails Chris Ray's day. What else bums you out?
Dude, you know what? I don't know, man.
Pet peeve. What's a pet peeve? Like
peeve. Dude, I feel like all my friends would like know this, just like they'd be able to answer this for me so easy.
Yeah.
You know what I struggle with is like knowing I have a deadline and then not like if you told me like, hey Chris, I need this by Friday, I would be like, no, I have to do it right now. Like that, I just struggle with that. Like I like if I know something, I have to do it right then. I don't like putting it off or having people wait, or I'm just the type of person that has to do it right then,
Interesting.
Likes to get it done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the opposite. I'm the last minute guy.
No, I couldn't do that. I go to the airport 4 hours early, even if I was flying to Phoenix. Every time. Wow. I cannot be late.
What do you do at the airport?
First thing I do is I go to the gate. I check out my gate and I go, okay, this is where my gate is.
I love that.
I know where I'm going to go.
And
Yep. And then I go and I walk around and then I look for a good food spot. And then I'm like, all right, I'll go back to the gate and check on it and make sure it hasn't changed because I'm so early.
Okay.
But dude, everybody on the trips make fun of me. Like I'll take an Uber by myself and go early. And they'll be like, dude, you're leaving 4 hours early. We're flying from Phoenix. I'm like, I just can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, but with all the camera equipment, I can see and I feel your pain.
Yeah,
so.
this is true.
That makes sense.
This is true.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're there early. I mean, I'm the guy Christmas Eve at the mall trying to buy presents. That's me. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I used to be the same.
Can't do it.
I don't do that anymore.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. It drives me insane.
Well, listen, Chris Ray, you've been on the show, man. We love you, bro. You're the most talented filmmaker out there. Camera operator. What title do you like? Because Roger likes camera operator.
Yeah, we talked about that during the last episode.
Yeah.
I mean, filmmaker. Sometimes I'm a director. Sometimes just a camera operator.
Sure.
You know, it just depends on which day it is.
But like, what's an average day though? Are you like going out and filming? Are you working on certain projects? Like, who are you?
So I still work for DC, so I'm doing all their video stuff.
Cool.
So we put out a lot of videos this last year.
Yeah, sure.
And every month is kind of different. So depending on working on a deadline, you know, I could be working on a Evan Smith part, and he's kind of my guy I'm looking at for the month.
When is that coming out?
And that actually, so he just dropped his part. It might have been a month ago.
Yeah.
Mixed in with all the other parts.
I thought he was talking about a new part.
I'm sure he is.
Trying to get the down low.
He's still going.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. But usually, usually it's just DC stuff, a lot of marketing calls. You know, I'm involved in that stuff.
Awesome.
Nice. Just hitting up the dudes to go filming. Just doing that. I try to go out every weekend.
Are you doing other stuff for DC, like not just the skateboarding, but anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so doing other.
Yeah, yeah. So there's like, I mean, they'll talk to me about like, you know, product commercials, apparel stuff, lifestyle videos, DC women's, music stuff. Wow. So I'm involved with all of that.
Yeah, the reason it's hard to tell nowadays because of, you know, the pandemic and stuff. You don't know.
Well, we got busier when everything happened. It was
interesting.
I think it was a big like eye-opening. I don't know how like you guys kind of took it, but the biggest thing I got from the whole thing was like, I always figured, you know, like, okay, I work really hard. I know a lot of people. I work all the time. But like when COVID hit, like, dude, the lights shut off for everybody. It didn't matter how good you are or who you knew.
Exactly.
I mean, luckily I work for a big shoe company and they're driven by content, but it was just like a good like reminder, like, hey, you should save your money and like not always rely on that the work's going to be there.
Totally.
And be cautious, you know, but we got way busier because everything became
online,
you know, like this. It became online. So we're doing sales meeting videos and everything. So we got slammed, man. We probably got hit harder than anybody else there.
Wow.
With that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it was like this whole new Stop and Chat show. It was like, you know, we're not a big fan of, you know, Zooming in general, but, you know, having returning guests like yourself on and different people we can catch up with and kind of put the 9 Club on hold until we could have people back in. Right. So
totally.
Yeah,
I didn't want to have people come on for their first time on Zoom. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel like I want to get a face to face, you know?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, dude, the experience there is amazing. To go there and see all the cameras, especially like I nerd out on that stuff. So to see your guys' set was incredible. But,
thank you, bro.
Dude, I've been filming like even these live concerts and stuff for band, like big bands that are, you know, basically they can't go do shows in arenas. So they're starting to do their show in a warehouse and set changes and
interesting.
All these multiple cameras. So we've been doing stuff like that. And it's like, you know, we're doing one next week. It's going to be on the Today Show and New Year's Eve show and things like that. So
everyone's
bands are doing it too.
Wow. So you're saying that you go in there and you set up probably static cameras, right? Mm-hmm. Set up all the sound, everybody. It's probably a big production, right? And then they stream it out through what, YouTube or different like things like that?
Yeah, we did one that was specific for TikTok. We did one that, like, so we had to frame it all, you know, vertical,
right?
In the guides and stuff. And then we did one for Detroit, and it was like, oh, this is going on a Detroit TV thing, and then this one's going on the Today Show and things like that. So it's just it's interesting to see how they're doing that. But they're like live cutting it as if it is live, and then they're cleaning it up in the edit later on. So it's pretty cool.
Okay. It's kind of like what we do for our 9 Club Experience show. Well, which we started doing recently was doing it live on Sundays when we film it, and then we clean up the edit and put it out on Wednesday. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we do it for our channel members, our YouTube channel members, so they get to watch it live. And Roger's back there switching all the cameras and shit. Like he's doing right now for you.
He is.
No, that's interesting. I love that. That's crazy to think that these big bands. But wait a minute,
you got to adapt one way or another, you know?
Yeah, but are they charging?
So they're doing some stuff kind of like the NBA did that bubble. So I guess I was talking to them, and they're doing even a thing where it's like, you know, 50,000 plus of those TV screens. So if you're a super fan, you could tune in, watch the concert,
and be in the
background. You know, live. If you're a member, you can watch it pretty much live, and then it will come out eventually. But I think they're like selling it off to to basically sponsors and stuff like that.
Okay,
you know,
gotcha.
Radio stations and stuff.
Even
and
then, they have to pivot on how we're like selling this, because usually they just sell tickets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you get hooked up with all this stuff? I mean, do you have an agent, or what do you like? Just people you know, or I mean, this is like serious shit.
Connections.
That's real talk. That's real
for
talk.
real.
Yeah.
Dude,
Agent.
you know what? I mean, like, and even Roger knows this. I think a lot of the people from our generation come from skating, and they're starting to like work at agencies and work for these kind of companies, and they know, dude, skaters are the best, man. Like, they could do, you know, multiple jobs, and they're super just like, let's just do it and get it done. We don't care about permission. So all these people are just seeing on social media and seeing the skate videos and being like, dude, we want the skaters to shoot this.
Yeah.
Totally.
Wow. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Man. Yeah. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Skaters over the world.
You're doing straight up like skateboard stuff for DC and GoPro and other stuff, and doing that on the side.
Yeah.
You are
busy, it's pretty stressful, dude. I mean,
you got to use that calendar.
I mean, I have an issue saying no to like these opportunities, you know, and it's, I mean, dude, every week it's so stressful. Like, I got hit up yesterday to shoot a pilot for a car show that they want to put on the Discovery Channel, and it's just like, okay, I'll do it, but I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna have the time or pull it off. But you know, I work with a good crew too at DC that's like just obsessed with filming, just like I am. I mean, I think to work in this environment and industry, you have to be obsessed with it. You know, if you don't like filming, this would be the worst job ever. So,
for sure.
I get hit up, man, but it's like, it's gnarly. Like, sometimes it's like 3 times a week, people are calling me to shoot other stuff that I've never shot before.
That's a good thing, though. Let's just
it's a good problem
for sure.
No, it is. Because even if, I mean, listen, we're skateboarders, right? Skateboarding, it's not like sometimes you got to go to the outside world to, you know, sometimes make a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
especially nowadays.
Yeah, but DC's solid though, man.
Yeah, DC's been
GoPro,
good, man. And GoPro, everything's been good, man. Like, you know, working for those 2 companies that like have my back has been awesome. I mean, dude, like, the DC riders are awesome, and like we literally dropped, I think, a part every month like the last 2 years, and multiple videos. So it's definitely always busy. That's the thing. It's never like, some companies go through this thing where they're like, we're gonna drop one video and then we stop. But like, DC is like, every month, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna have? So it's stressful.
You have to, though. Sure. We're in that age where, you know, that one thing you did last week is gone. Yeah. And now it's like, what's new? What else do these guys got? You know, and I know what you're saying, man. Some companies they struggle with this like up and down thing, which sucks. Yeah. It's hard to create content. Come up with the idea.
Well, content that people remember.
Yeah.
You know? Like
right.
That's the most impactful.
That really relate with.
I mean, skate companies can always pull Instagram fucking clips and post it on their but that's not enough. No, it's not enough.
Yeah.
So do you have filmers working with you at DC?
Yeah, we have a crew. So I've got a couple guys. Actually, our producer is Clayton. It's Chase's brother from Bear. Yeah. And then then I got my homies Martin and Sam that work with me, and like, dude, it's the best crew. Like, those guys work so hard and inspire me every day to work harder. You know what I mean? So
amazing.
They're just obsessed with it.
And so do you guys kind of split up projects or work on projects yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, let's split it up. Like, Sam does snow stuff, but like, dude, I've been snowboarding once. You know what I mean? Like, and I always tell him, like, I heard if you go snowboarding 6 times, you turn pro, but I don't know anything about it. So I don't know. But I stay out of the snow, and you know, Martin has like, he loves the documentary side of it and stuff. So everybody kind of has like the thing they're into, and then I'm more like skate guy, and then like directing stuff and coming up with concepts and stuff.
Yeah, telling a story these days is important, I believe. You know, you got to tell a story. You got to skating. I don't know, man. I feel like these days skating's just not enough. Right? There's so much skating out there. Like, come to the table with something new or something informative or something very interesting, you know, and put it out there.
My goal has always been like, you see these people that don't skate, and then they try to tell a skate story, and it comes off cheesy because they don't know skating. Yeah. So it's like, well, why don't we tell a story, actually show skating in it, but it's legit, you know? So that's kind of been our formula, and it's been working pretty good.
God, the worst is when you see a commercial and they use a bail or something. You're like, really?
Or, you know, like they show a clip and it cuts off. Yeah. You know they bailed.
You know it.
Yeah. You're like,
why did you use that?
Yeah.
What was the vision behind that? Yeah.
He could have came closer than that.
Cut it a little too short.
So what's a typical day? Because you said you get all these outside jobs, DC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you're passionate about filming skating, right?
Yep.
I mean, how do you balance the time? What do you do? Do you try to see what everybody's kind of doing that day and then kind of make up your decisions as you go and be like, okay, these dudes are skating. I'm going to go meet up with them. We're filming for XYZ or maybe even nothing.
Right.
We're just going to go get some footy.
Yeah. I mean, it's been crazy. And like, luckily, you know, and even with having kids, like, I don't know how I balance it. And I'll have other people ask me that are close to me, like, how do you do all this? Like, I don't get it, you know? And luckily my wife handles like a lot of stuff and she still works full time and takes care of these kids and like the house and everything. And so I'm super fortunate in that, but she just all the time, I'm constantly stressed out about it and like my to-do list. And she's like, just one day at a time, just one day at a time.
That's
I'm like,
what
all
it
right.
is.
And literally, dude, at the end of the day, I'll be like, holy crap, I survived another day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I pulled it off. So, I try to go skating as much as possible, you know, but sometimes I get stuck in meetings or edits. It's a lot of editing. So, you know, just one day at a time.
Shout out to the wife holding it down, though. You already know, man.
Yeah,
that's a big part of, like, you know, obviously my life. I mean, if I didn't have my wife and doing what she does, I mean, bro, I mean, it's a big help in trying to get shit done.
You know what's the tough part being in, like, working in skating is when the skaters hit you up to go skate, but you're like, dude, I got meetings all day and I just can't go out, dude. It is like the lamest. It's not the lamest thing to say because we're happy to have these jobs and do these things,
of course.
But the skaters just want you to come skate, you know? And you're just like, sorry, dude, I can't.
I struggled with that for years, man. Having to tell people no because I had to sit in like a marketing meeting or something, but. You know, you just gotta balance it out, and I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest, all the time. So
let me ask you this now: if a skater hits you up with an actual plan versus, hey, just come out and skate and we'll see what happens. We're gonna go to XYZ spots. Like, I'm sure the plan is more appealing to you because you know that, hey, I can get some work done, possibly.
It's more of, do we have a project? Because like I'll go out and film the gnarliest trick, but I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, I don't want to offend the dude and say like, hey, so should I go reframe this for Instagram? Like, because like you don't want to say that, but like in reality, that's kind of what it is. But I mean, even like Kelly was saying, like you'd have to shut dudes down because you're doing meetings and stuff. But like nowadays, like you can film something on your phone and it can get more views than my 8K HD camera. Yeah. So it's kind of tough, but usually I'm like, people were hitting me. Like I'd get hit up by 10 guys every weekend to go skate. And now it's like 2 people because we're on a project. Sure. You know what I mean? So it's just changed in that sense. But other than that, like if you're just want to go filming, then like your friend's iPhone or GoPro handles it. Yeah. It's just like, cool, go do that. And like, you're chilling, you know?
So you're more of a fan of like the project based stuff. Like I'm working on a project. Let's go skate. Let's go enjoy ourselves and get some shit done.
Yeah, like I have a reason to drive 4 hours to the spot because we know.
Goodness.
So.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, you don't want to come film a manual trick of me, bro, because that's fucking 4 hours and then another 8 just trying to get the trick.
That's amazing though. You live such different lifestyles in the same way. Like we're very like controlled in like the business side of it, and then you're gonna all right. I'm gonna go skate 4 hours away, and like it's just like a free for all for whatever the hell happens.
Well, it's like the older we get, the more responsibilities, you know, the more like we have to like use our time wisely.
Yeah. I definitely notice myself like when I go on trips and just getting to like the age I'm at, when I go on trips or every time I go filming, I'm definitely like much more thankful for it because like, you know, I'm every trip I'm like, dude, this could be my last one. I have no idea. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. And it's just, I don't know. I definitely appreciate it a lot more every session and stuff just because I'm like, dude, this is rad. And I step back and I'm like, dude, I'm out here with Wes Kramer right now. Like this dude is so cool. You know, like I just take it for granted. I think a lot of the years.
Dude, Wes Kramer. Wow. Yeah. You do skate with like some heavy hitters. Some heavy OG legend hitters.
Big time.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
And they're all still very young to like really, you know, carry that torch. So
I mean, you got like Josh Kalis holding it down at DC.
yeah,
like, dude, he's a legend.
Speaking of filming legends, man, you got to come down and film us at the beach, bro.
Dude, I want to, man. I've never been to those things, and I like.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Rewind.
Never? That's an iconic. That's
Never.
like. That's the most iconic spot in skateboarding history.
Whoa.
I know.
Super
I heard.
I grew up skating
I heard
there,
there's
Kelly.
like
Come
some
on.
video. I heard there's some video like Tim and Henry or something. No,
See?
Yeah,
Hey, Kayla sat me down one day and he's like, "We got to make a video like this," and he put in Tim and Henry's Pack of Lies, and I watched the whole thing, and I was like, I don't get it, because I grew up in a different generation, so I was like, that's cool, and they're just skating the curves, and I'm like, that looks like fun. Like, what about like Welcome to Hell or something? You know, like that's when I grew up, so it's just funny, man.
Dude,
I want to film a trick on those though.
Dude, you got to come down and skate with us, bro.
I'm down.
Dude, come down and skate. Jeron just came down there.
First
you was
time.
getting you were getting loose down there, Dubs.
It
Let
was
me tell
fun.
you something, bro.
You guys did some down
Wait,
there. Got some sort of energy out there.
Yeah.
Well,
really.
were you learning any new tricks or like some starting basics?
Look, I think it was just kind of bringing back the old tricks that I just neglected and never really did anymore. So it's just like it brought back that old feeling of just riding your board and really like being carefree. You know what I mean? Not stressing. I'm just like cruising.
You're on the beach too?
Yeah.
It's like,
Chris, let me tell you something, bro. I went down there and skated maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and then I finally got rails. I was like, this is it. I got to get rails. This is the way to. It's game changing. Yeah. You know, you got to set your board up for what you're kind of what obstacle you're going for, or whatever. Dubs was down there first. He had rails delivered to him at the spot. He got rails delivered.
Someone happened to have rails. No, but I tried Roger's board at first because I was riding my board and it was raw, no rails, and then I had rails and I was like, "This is a big difference, bro." Like
it helps.
Damn.
It really does.
Was it like scary at all, or you just felt more like because it was so slick?
It's slick.
At first, yes, but I mean, you know, we adapt fairly fast. But like, no, it definitely was night and day from when you're riding on your raw board to riding with rails. But dude, it was fun, man. I just really like. Yeah.
Just board sliding that thing all day long. You could board slide that thing. But anyway, Chris, you would have fun down there.
You're going to have a great time.
Like if you come down.
I'm down.
Dude.
No, I see you guys posting clips with Shane and like Bev Up and those dudes.
Yeah.
So I'm down, dude. I want to go check it out.
Dude, we could film with the GoPro.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You can get really in there.
Let me ask you a question, okay? Say we go down there, we film with the because there's 2 kinds of GoPros that I'm aware of, right? It's the normal one, the 9 just came out, and then there's the 360 one, right? Where you could just kind of film and do whatever. I think, and I'm not a filmmaker by any means, but I feel like the 360 one would be the one to go to because then you could adjust it in post. You could kind of zoom in, you could do whatever you want. What's your take on it?
It's funny because there's like they're talking about the Max when you say the 360.
Yeah.
So there's a mode that you can film into where it's not 360 and it's just like a mega fisheye.
Okay.
And dude, like skaters have no idea that is like, it's like better than a VX1000 fisheye. And it has like this horizon leveling and built-in stabilization, and the fisheye is just crazy wide. Huh. So on the 9, they actually made like a fisheye adapter that's based off of that model because we loved it so much, and it's like a crazy wide angle lens. So I'll bring that out to film you guys and show you because it's like it's big.
Wow,
that's awesome, dude.
It's like perfect for skating.
That would be your go-to if you were going to film a line or something. That would be okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because Mega, what are we looking at? 1080, 24K?
Well, we're doing it does like 5K 30, but I shoot in a setting that's like, I guess it's called like 1440 60p and 4x3 because they stretch everything for post, but most of the stuff just goes to Instagram. So I just do 4x3 and it just gives you more height on the screen. So it's pretty incredible.
That'd be fun, man. Because if there's anybody out there with a GoPro that can film what you're the man.
You can find like a weird way to film it.
Oh my God!
Go through some holes. I don't know what's going on. I don't know,
dude. You do some fun. I want to get back to that skating, because that'd be really fun, and it'd be we could make a cool edit out of it or something.
Yeah.
But you do some interesting things. Like you did that one clip of like through the car to the other dude, like and through the bar. You've done like really amazing stuff. And with that super wide angle, I don't know how you like refrain from getting your body in the shot?
I mean, dude, honestly, we shoot those things like it's never really planned. I just kind of look at the spot when I get there, and I'm like, where can I like put the GoPro through and get weird here? And Cyril and John Gardner were sitting in the car, and I was like, dude, we're gonna pass it through because that's a long pole, and I was like, we'll pass it through, and then I'll grab it on their side, and homie will do a trick on the curb, I mean, dude, we're there, and like all the skaters are making fun of me, like, and I can kind of tell they're all like looking at me like, dude, what is this dude doing like right now? Like, and I'm just like, I have no idea if this is gonna work. And then I went home and I just did it on my phone. I was like, no way, like this.
Like I'm making you look better.
Yeah.
No, and then like, dude, like literally that thing, I still get tagged in that thing like a couple days a week. It gets reposted.
No
it's
way.
like it's on like Reddit. It like went to all these non-skate outlets, and people like family members like, have you seen this shot? And like, did you do this? And
no way.
Like, it's
that's
funny.
Dope.
Oh, I had no idea.
That's super cool.
That's amazing.
It's funny.
Yeah, because I mean, like those shots, dude. Did you see the recent one with the dude with the VX through the bar and he like released it and grabbed it again?
Yeah.
Wow,
that was amazing. Yeah. And when I was looking at him, like, that's not a VX, dude. That's like a GL1 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I was like, that. There's a because like I would never do that with a VX for some reason.
So are we confirming, Chris? It was not a VX.
It was not a VX.
Okay. Still,
Canon,
with any camera though, you're risking.
Still dangerous.
You're risking the CPU getting busted.
Yeah, that was talented, dude.
That was creative.
That's like a solid, but no Chris Ray style, dude.
No. I saw that recently and I had to bring it to the attention.
Yeah.
A lot of people sent me that for sure.
Like I said, GoPro was nice enough to send us cameras. We're going to do a big raffle with them and everything. But I have a GoPro here, and the only reason I have a GoPro here is because earlier in the conversation, like I said, for a novice, a newbie, an idiot like myself who doesn't know how to work one of these things, can you show me the best way to set this up for like skating if I wanted to skate?
Yeah, I got one in front of me too. So
you got a 9?
Mine like because once you set it up, it's just set up.
Dude, that's
fresh
so
out
crazy.
The box.
It's like just a tiny little thing.
Yeah,
dude.
This little
how wild is that?
Press these buttons and it works.
Yeah.
I'm going to take these. Raj probably doesn't want these off, but I'm going to take them off anyway.
This is the fisheye that I was telling you about, though.
Oh, we didn't get the fisheye.
No, they're like sold out everywhere.
Oh,
it just goes on.
Snap on this side. Let me see.
Jeez.
Oh, so it snaps up. Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Trust me, this is not a paid advertisement. I honestly want to know because I've had a GoPros in the past and I've never been able to really grasp like good settings and like.
I'll say this.
Okay.
This will save the DMs. I get hit up like every single day.
So let's do it on. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's save Chris some DMs here.
Let's help him out. Yeah.
No, but I want to know as a novice GoPro user as well, and I figure we got you on the horn right now. You could set up my GoPro.
Turn that bad boy on.
Okay.
You charged
First of all, I don't know.
What was
there
that?
You go. You're on.
I don't know. First of all, I don't like the beeps. Can we turn the beeps off?
You can turn the beeps off. Swipe down.
Wait, English check.
Oh, you got brand new.
By using
You gotta really set this thing up.
Install GoPro app.
You do want to, but skip that for now.
Oh God, it wants me to enter a date and all that shit. Do I need to do that?
to move forward.
It's the whole thing. I thought this was going to be.
Everybody out there should do that because if you save a clip to your phone, it will get pushed back in your library. So. Yes, you people out there do that.
Okay.
Chris, you could skip it.
Oh, it still wants me to put a date in. I'll just put a date in.
Okay.
That's important.
Today's the 3rd, right?
It's 12/3.
2020 still.
Jesus,
it is. It's almost over.
Everybody thinks it's just going to flip, right?
I know. Everything's going to be done in 2021.
Big party on just right when it hits midnight. We're
back to normal, huh?
Wants me to put the fucking time in here, too. Let's see.
Put your birthday in there. Social Security.
I already put my social in there.
Hey, Kelly, I like the hat, man.
Hey, thank you. I thought you might like it, dude.
I want to shout that out real quick. So it's not a Seahawks hat, but I do appreciate it.
No, it's all good, dog.
He's very specific. He's very calculated when he comes on the show.
Definitely wants the guest to be happy.
I was a big Ken Griffey Jr. fan as a kid.
I have his rookie card.
I'm still waiting to see.
That's like probably a lot of money right now. Huh?
Nah, dude. I found in my garage. I found like a box of cards like Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, all that stuff. I looked them up on eBay, dude. They're worth like $3. Like
if you have if you have 300 of those, that's you know
you need to
$100.
It depends on it depends on what year you're working with though too, Chris. Yeah. What are we working with?
People, I got like 94. The
okay,
whole
so yeah.
Top trade. But I'm saying though, like the people are trying to sell them for $3. That doesn't mean they're actually selling.
That's true. That's true.
So,
oh look, it's got a camera on the front. Didn't even realize that.
That's actually like a huge plus.
We're gonna just go through this quick. We're not gonna spend 2 hours on this, but
okay.
I'm on standard. Okay, beep off. Yeah.
Yeah. Swipe down.
And
see the little music icon.
Boom. That's it.
All right. See where it says activity.
Swipe down again.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, mine says standard.
There you go. Yeah. Click on that.
Okay. New custom presets. Boom. Okay.
Yep. There you go. Now click on the pencil.
Yep.
First button. Let's go 2760. That's what I do.
What?
2.7K 60p.
Gotcha. Okay. 2.7. Okay. Don't show me this. No. Okay. 2.7 60.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
This is for skating we're talking about. If I wanted to go capture dubs on a skateboard.
Yes.
Okay.
So 2.7 and then lens wide. Ooh, you know what? I left off a key thing. Go back really quick to the 2.7.
Okay. Yep.
This is the secret. This is what makes a huge difference. Do 2.7K but 4:3.
Yep. It says 4:3. Yep. Got it.
So you're still in 60p. So you're chilling. And then your lens, you want to go all the way up to the widest setting because we want that fisheye to make all the spots look bigger.
Okay.
And then hyper smooth.
Wait a minute. So 1440? No, 2K. What are you talking about, lens?
Yeah, lens, that's like you can make it fisheye or narrow or linear, but we want it wide. We're going to go skate mode right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then hyper smooth. I leave hyper smooth just on in the middle.
Okay.
But you get if you turn it off, you get like even wider fisheye.
Okay.
And down at the bottom, there's some stuff to like pro tunes, like bitrate high and your ISO max 400, things like that. And
okay.
Sharpness low. Those are what I do. So those are pretty much like the settings right there.
So that's pretty good.
And that's like without that mega fisheye on it, the new mega fisheye.
That's just as is.
My favorite thing is like I don't know if it's on the front here. There's like the horizon leveling. So like if I'm filming somebody with a pole or something and the camera's a little slanted, it will actually like make it straight, at all times.
Oh, okay.
So
that's super dope.
It's pretty insane, but like, dude, to be honest, like, it's like, it almost feels like you're like cheating sometimes. Like I'm like, dude, this is insane. It's like it's a cheat camera,
It's making your job easier.
You all right over there, Chris?
No.
Trying to make this work.
I'm gonna show you when we meet up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me! Is that easy?"
It's pretty good though.
It's working.
Dubs?
Are you recording?
It's working.
Yeah, I'm recording.
Nice.
Got my mug here. That's my thing. Chris down there. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good.
Super dope.
I hope Roger cuts that footage in the edit.
Crop view.
This is
the new shit. Crop view.
What we got here is this selfie stick.
I saw that, dude. We gonna install this thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna install it right now.
Let's do it.
Jesus Christ.
Not too hard.
Why do I extend this fucking thing?
You twist it, and then pull.
Oh, that is amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh, he's in there.
That's official right
Dubs.
there.
Hey,
what's through the car?
Wait. Huh?
That's official.
Dude.
Now you shove that through the car.
Now the thing is too is you could have it where you could film upside down, right? You could film upside down and then
you can film vertical for like stories and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So you can just turn it vertical. Yeah. So.
I love that.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty advanced.
Thank you, bro.
Let's save that.
Save that.
Do you know what's crazy about that? Where you could see in the background footage of like maybe you or Dr. Purple Teeth.
Hoops, yeah.
Yeah, Hoops. when you guys run with it and it just looks perfectly normal.
Yeah.
It's
pretty insane.
So that's like the super smooth thing you said. Is that what?
Yeah, it's got like hyper smooth in it, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like straight cheating because you could literally run with somebody and run downstairs. Like I met up with Lizard King the other day in Utah when I was out there visiting family for Thanksgiving, and he's like he did this slappy down a curb that went down a hill, and I just ran down with him and.
Wow.
People were like, how did you do that? Like they thought it was like a drone or something. So.
And it's just smooth.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for setting, because my GoPro, I can't The settings were horrible.
No, it's got so many different settings, so people get confused. But we'll link up, and I'll show you even some secrets.
I mean, it's pretty good though right now.
Do you usually use the selfie stick when you film, or do you use another way of using
I use the stick. Yeah,
Okay.
I use the stick.
I was
Just so
about
it
to
can
say,
be like,
I need one of those selfie sticks. Those
Yeah,
things
no,
are
it makes
insane.
sense. I've seen some people using with just their hands. You know what I mean?
I used to be embarrassed of people that use the selfie sticks, but they're actually dead now. They evolved.
I bought one at the Beebles Park when we would film, and I put the iPhone on, and it works so good. You look ridiculous.
Yeah.
You look ridiculous when the camera's pointed at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when it feels a little, it looks a little different, but yeah.
Well, thanks for the setup. Appreciate that. Hopefully that'll alleviate some DMs from you telling people how to set up cameras as well.
I feel like I need to post like a clip of different settings and then like kind of post a screenshot of the settings so kids know and stuff. So that way there's just like less confusion, because I see other filmmakers do that in like other activities, and I'm like, damn, that helps a lot. So I should probably do that myself.
Do you have like a YouTube channel that you could do that on? Like, cause I look at YouTube stuff like that all the time.
All the time.
You guys talk about YouTube like it's not like that's how you get your. That's how you find out shit.
Yeah,
I'm educated by YouTube.
Yes,
I go to the school.
It's there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I need to do that. I'm mostly on Instagram, but dude, YouTube helps so much. That's how I changed the light out front of my door. YouTube did.
Yeah, but
like
see,
that.
here's the thing, Chris. If I YouTubed my GoPro settings, I'd probably get some guy who hang glides.
Yeah.
And he gives me his GoPro settings, right? Or a rock climber that has a strap to his head.
Hang gliding was a great one.
Like, I want to get my settings from Chris Ray, the guy who uses his GoPro out there every day in the field filming skateboarders.
Yeah.
That's where I want to get my shit from.
We'll do it. We'll do it. I'm going to share it. I'll post it for everybody.
We just did, bro. You don't need to do anything, man.
Dude, I got a question, dude. I don't know what wizardry you guys use or do at GoPro. When you do a selfie stick and you don't see the stick in the shot, how does that work?
That's the 360 camera. So like, if the camera is like this, right?
Yeah.
Anything below it, straight below it, is getting erased. So it erases anything straight below it, and like part of your hand a little bit, but that's how that does that. It's like, I don't know how they do that, but it just works.
Now, the question, is it just the GoPro stick that it erases, or can you put any other stick on there? Because you
can put any stick on there, it'll erase it.
Okay.
It's like where the stitch is, basically. So it stitches like the frames together, and it like kind of gets rid of it.
Interesting.
That's wild. I always trip on that.
I'm surprised now. See, this is the thing though. I'm surprised because maybe even a year ago, 2 years ago, it was the Facebook videos would pop up where you're in a jet plane and you could take your phone and move it all around. Now, GoPro, this technology has been out for a while, but I still don't see it like too often. Like, why isn't that catching on?
Yeah, I think it's like 3D. Like it's cool to kind of come in and out of our lives, a little bit. So yeah. So people want to be able to relate. That's what I've kind of learned with content in general. Like sometimes like there's some projects you don't need to film with like an 8K camera because the kid out there might go like, well, I can't get an 8K camera, so I don't relate to it. You know what I mean? So
it's just like us with, like Nyjah. Like I can't.
Pretty much, right?
Can't relate to that.
It just doesn't count. It just doesn't count.
You know what's rad? I've seen like a lot of skateboarders filming more of themselves because they feel weird putting the camera down almost because they won't get in the shot. Like Ronnie Krieger, he's been posting clips using the 3D camera, and he just puts the camera down and just does it, and then he could or I don't know how you do it, but like
you can move it.
Move it around. I'm like,
wow,
thank you.
Yeah.
You get to see Ronnie Krieger footage. Thanks to GoPro doing a 360 camera. Like, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's super cool. So thank you for doing that, GoPro, because now I get to watch my favorite skater.
Again, thank you for setting up my GoPro. I will be forever. And listen, let's go skate. That'd be super fun.
I'm down.
I'd love to get some weird, like, super GoPro angles with Chris Ray. Let's do it.
Can I edit it to the 9 Club song?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
Oh my God.
Send the file over.
Have you had it edit to your skating? To that song?
Okay. Don't anybody else take it. I got that one reserved.
Okay.
We're all pulling up that day.
It's not nothing without Chris and the 9 Club song. You know what I mean?
There you go.
There you go.
No one else. You could take it, but you ain't Chris and Chris.
That's
with
right.
The 9
It ain't
Club.
gonna be the same.
Right. That's right. Well, we'll do that. That's amazing, dude. Yeah, you got to come down, skate with us.
Kelly, you're gonna come out too, right?
If my calf is feeling okay, I could definitely love to skate.
He could ollie over the curb.
Yeah, we're not olling at all.
I can probably crook the thing. Yeah. I want to learn. I really want to learn crook transfer. I keep seeing how you guys do it, and I finally see it, but I've never tried it.
It's easy.
Let's try it together. Because I didn't want to do it the first day out, going and whatever. I wanted to just do the basics, and then the next day we'll try.
You know what I've noticed while doing it, because as ledge skaters we all were growing up, when you crook a grind, you're usually you pinched on the outside of it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. When you transfer, it looks like you get over onto the other side and then transfer.
It's just about your weight's already going over there. Yeah. So then all you do is you just give your feet a little. You just pop it. It's really easy. It's not like you're popping over anything. Yeah. You're just kind of it gradually skirting it over a little bit.
Yeah. But it's like a different language if you don't know it until you learn it.
One thing that I wanted to ask you about, Chris Ray. There was a GoPro video. We're still talking about GoPro. Listen, but this is important because there was a GoPro video that was filmed in a supermarket, probably in Europe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was there.
You did that video, right?
Yeah, well, me and a bunch of other people.
On the 9 Club Experience, we had, I think, just in passing, we reviewed that video, and then we said, "Oh, but did Chris Ray do it?" And we said, "No, he didn't do it." And we were just assuming. Later, I saw a post that you did or something saying that. Or there was a photo of you or something. So I want to apologize for saying that you didn't do that video when you were there. You did it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just me. So I think it was Matters that came up with that idea.
So
that
good.
was his concept. And then he reached out to Gaston Francisco. Do you guys know him?
Gaston, yeah.
You guys know Gaston, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's the man. So he knew the people that own the market. And then Davey hit me up and was just like, "Hey, they're going to do this thing. You should definitely be involved." And I got involved. And then we went out there for 2 or 3 days and shot in supermarket every day after it closed.
No way.
And dude, it was insane because the people that own the market were super cool. And we'd go to their house for dinner after, but they were just just eat and drink whatever you want while you're filming.
Yeah,
so,
right.
So we're just going down the aisle and it's just people are grabbing beers and I'm getting some candy over here and some chips and then we just throw it in a basket and GoPro paid for it later.
I was going to say they probably invoiced GoPro.
I actually think they were just whatever, but it was just so weird to film in a place that you could just eat and drink whenever you wanted. You know?
It was such a cool concept.
That's a skateboarder's dream.
It's amazing.
To skate there and eat whatever you want.
Go ahead,
dude. So we shot that, and then when code hit, we kind of had to wait to put it out because we didn't want it to look like we were destroying a supermarket. And then I remember there's one shot in the aisle that they were remodeling. So there's an empty aisle where they did a step up ledge.
Yeah.
And I remember being super bummed while filming it, being dude, this looks like it's not a real supermarket. And I was bummed. But then when the video came out, everybody's no way, they skated the toilet paper aisle. It was empty. And I was this is amazing. So
wow.
I totally thought, I was so bummed when we shot it. And I was just dude, I want them messing stuff up or knocking stuff over.
Right.
Not an empty aisle. And it ended up being it ended up being amazing in the end for that.
Oh my, wow. I didn't even think. That's funny.
Yeah.
The toilet paper aisle. Yeah, because you guys put it out kind of well into when COVID, after it hit.
Yeah, after it hit. It was done for a while. Okay. And then we basically were just trying to be cautious of stuff.
You have to.
So we just wanted to be careful.
Yeah. That's a cool project, man. See, I love all these weird grocery store stuff, all this stuff. I love it.
I got to figure out what we're going to do next, man.
Now that's the thing, man. You should call the hang glider guy. He'll probably hook you up with something.
Chris, you should do the hang gliding.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'd be the guy with the hang glide thing. A bird lands on it and breaks through it and crash and I'd be that guy.
Be a great video.
Have you ever done anything like that, Chris? Hang gliding or bungee jumping?
No,
or I'm terrified of all that shit.
We were on a GoPro trip and we did bungee jumping and dude, I was so pissed when I had to do it and I was just so bummed. But I went on that trip and when they sent me the packet of all the activities that we were going to do, I was this is incredible. And I literally got to the page of bungee jumping and I was I might not go on this trip. I might fail. And dude, we went on the trip and I was so pissed off that morning. And Mikey Taylor was dude, what's wrong? I'm dude, I don't want to do this. I'm super upset about it. I don't want to bungee jump. And then we went up there, and I was like, all right, I want to go second, because I thought everybody was going to do it. And they were like, why do you want to go second? And I was like, because I want to make sure these workers are awake and do it right this time.
You don't want to be the 15th person.
Yeah, and then I don't want to be the last person, because I don't want the bungee to wear out. So they were like,
smart.
So they were like, okay, well, because of the weight class that you're in, you need to go like 5th. So I was like in the middle of the pack, because the bungee sizes that they're using. So because they didn't want to keep changing them, so they're like, you need to go 5th.
Gotcha.
And I was just so angry. And dude, the video's on YouTube, and it's just like, I'm pissed off. And I like went to the edge, and like my legs were shaking, and the guy was just like, look straight ahead at the mountain, and he's like, I'm gonna count down from 3, and you're just gonna run. And I just ran to the edge, and I like went to go jump, but I like tried to fall as soft as possible into the sky. And it's like it's funny video. It's a funny video, but it's not
like, he's like pissed off running.
He wasn't quite prepared, like, you know,
like
what
the
I mean?
Terminator dude. Like
no, I didn't even like leap off of the deck. I basically just like tried to fall off like last second. I was like, oh my gosh, and then I get up, and dude, Nuge and Brophy didn't do it, and I was like, if I knew I had homies not doing it, I could have not done it.
Was it as bad as you thought?
They asked if we wanted to go again, and I was like, I'll do it again. And then I sat there and I was like, no, why would I do that again? Like, I'm not doing that again. And then I was like, no, I'm good. But
so you ended up liking it. It was fun.
No.
Oh.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, I felt like I owed it to those guys, because they like took us on helicopter rides, and like it was the best trip ever. And I was like, okay, GoPro's doing all stuff for us. Like, I owe it to them.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know, man. If it was like, because it was like waist strapped, not like feet where you go head first.
Okay.
If it was that, I wouldn't have done that. There's no way. You couldn't get me to do head first.
Well, yeah, because you're dangling down upside down for so long.
Just jump. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Jump.
Head
Like,
first.
I'm terrified of that kind of shit. Skydiving.
Well, you wouldn't do it?
No, bungee. I'm just terrified. I feel like I'm the guy that the parachute won't open, the bungee will break, the fucking hang glider will fucking fall apart.
Dude, GoPro trip sounds like, I love it, but like it sounds like, what's the show Joe Rogan?
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Goodness,
You're like going through this, like, what am I gonna do on this? You're like,
know.
fuck, bungee, dude. If I would not jump out of a plane, dude.
Well, obviously,
No way.
Chris Ray, fear is not a factor for you.
That's
I'm not
awesome.
down with
like
none
that.
of that shit either, Chris. I'm on the
Dubs.
same boat as you.
You feel me?
I do.
I don't know,
I haven't done
man.
it. Not that I won't do it, but I just like, I have a fear of jumping out of a plane, bungee jump, any of that. Yeah.
Dude,
It's sketchy.
I don't even like flying. Like, I'm always like, dude, how do I know this dude got paid enough to care about his job today and like tighten all the bolts and everything? Like, I only trust myself. I'm like, dude, I can work on the plane.
Chris Ray's reading the 747 manual out there.
This boat goes here.
And you gotta get an Allen key. I gotta tighten it. No, but I agree, man.
So,
it's I'm not into that. I'm not a death defying guy.
That's
I'm
almost
a-
like you
I'm a
need
couch
like
guy.
you need like the Jackass crew to go out there and
Yeah.
just do that almost. You know what I mean?
Oh, Steve-O jumped with no parachute. Was it Steve-O?
With no
I
parachute.
think
Dude.
Steve-O jumped with no parachute.
How is he still alive?
What, Raj? Travis Pastrami.
Travis
Travis Pastrana.
Yeah.
I thought Steve-O did it too. Oh no, Steve-O masturbated
Pastrani.
while he was.
Probably.
Those are two different videos.
Yeah, my bad. Two different channels.
Amazing in itself, though.
And then
really.
there was the guy who jumped with because so he jumps with somebody and then they grab him and strap him on. So now you're dual. But then there was the guy who jumped out of the plane with no parachute into a net.
Ooh.
Did you see that one?
I didn't see that one.
There was a huge net with the bullseye and he literally fell and jumped. And
It was a Red Bull bullseye. It must have been Red Bull.
Had to be.
Had to
Yeah.
have been.
But he literally got there and into a net.
Did he hit bullseye?
He hit the bullseye.
Hey, you better hit bullseye for
Man.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Death
you
defying.
said what's my pet peeve? My pet peeve, it might be those death-defying stuff and like public speaking. Those might be added to my list of flying also and traveling with lots of bags.
Raj is yelling from the next room. We don't have his mic. His mic cord's busted.
Makes
so.
it tough.
Who? Luke Akins.
Okay.
Luke Akins. Shout out Luke Akins, man.
Yes,
Balls of
man.
steel,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Balls of steel.
Steel.
Wow. Anyway, Chris Ray. Yeah, I'm glad that you did it though. You know what I mean? Like you conquered the fear. You were pissed off, but you ended up having a good time.
Yeah, I'm also one of those dudes. Like, luckily there was like 100 GoPros filming it, so I was like, okay. I mean, like, I don't know why people do stuff without filming it. Period. I'm like, that's crazy to me. Like, I wouldn't just do something to do something. Like, I'd be like, I'd do it if I'm filming it or you're filming it.
Right.
Yeah, if there's no cameras, I would have been like, no, we're not the 10 of us aren't going to just remember this. I got to have the footage forever.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that way.
I mean, that's like skating too. It's like, I'm not going to not film front crook and El Toro. Like, you better believe.
Totally.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
here?
I'm getting all angles.
I'm not doing this
shit.
for myself. I need people to see this.
My God, man. So what else, Chris? Let's talk about skateboarding, bro. You know, Chris Ray, I met him on a chocolate tour, you know, and he took my shoes out of the back of the truck, out of the back of the van. No.
You threw them in the truck. I kept them. I don't think they fit me, but I still rocked them and skated in them.
How amazing.
That's awesome.
And I do remember it was Reno, right? Was it Reno?
Yep. Yeah, Reno. Yep.
And I do remember there was this like dirt gap. I think we talked about it in your episode, but I do remember, and he had a crazy spot book. And I think that's one of the reasons why you were there is because of Ty and your spot book. Like, he has an immaculate spot book.
The spot book was gnarly. I heard about the spot book.
Like before. A gnarly Polaroids, was it? Or just photos?
At that time it was on a laptop, but it was before anybody ever did that.
Saving
I mean, there was no social media. There was no like, I mean, having somebody's email. I don't think people had email at that point yet. So when Kenny Anderson showed up, I was just like, hey, I got spots. And he's like, yeah, cool. And then I popped open the laptop and he was like, that's Ty Evans. And that changed my life and got me here.
You need to meet Ty.
Wow. How crazy.
Yeah.
So sick.
But imagine,
based on that,
you go on tours, Dubs. Imagine, you know, how many people try to get in, you know, with us and follow you around or say, hey, I got the spots and all that stuff. And then literally one chance meeting, Kenny Anderson, Ty Evans, here's Chris Ray. Boom, it's over.
All that early work paid off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Chris came up to me while we were at one of the spots and he asked for a wax or something. I gave to him. He goes, oh, so you're the lucky winner. I was like, yeah.
Wow.
Because I got to go out with the crew, you know what I mean? So I was like the tour guide.
I don't remember that. That's so crazy.
A little comedian.
You're the lucky one.
You're the lucky winner.
No, but Chris, you know, I mean, you know as well as I do nowadays. I mean, people come up to you, they try to give you, take you to the spots. They show, you know, oh, I know the best bar, the best thing, or they want to hang out, right? Yeah. They want you to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you were the lucky winner. I mean,
you
did it.
It is.
Yep.
So after that, I mean, we probably did talk about it on your show, but after that, when we left, what was the path that you took then?
I basically took all those spots and I put it on a disc and I sent it to every single company.
That's right.
And
I remember.
Literally, I mean, over a year, everybody showed up. I mean, Reynolds showed up and was like, "Are you the kid that made the spot book?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You're crazy." Like, like he was blown away. He was just tripping. He's like, "Dude, you're crazy." So, yeah, I was able to meet everybody and it was unreal.
Well, because you had it in your mind that you want to be in this industry. Like, that was your calling.
But I didn't know you could like really be in it or do it for a living or anything like that. I just wanted to meet my favorite pros and film them, and that was it. You know, I didn't know like filmers got paid and stuff like that. So
how old were you at the time?
I was just out of high school. So
okay. 18?
Yeah, I was just out of high school. Yeah, 18, 19, I guess I was like 20, I guess, when all that was happening. But it was funny because even I was talking to Jeff Taylor about this before because he was like, dude, you made that spot book. And he goes, and then you had somebody film you showing that spot book to those dudes. I have the footage of me sitting next to you looking at my laptop at spots. And the funniest part of that is I had my wife actually film it. I gave her my VX and I was like, hey, when you see me with these guys over here, like capture it because I was like, this is my favorite skate team. So I have the footage. It's incredible.
What?
So,
I don't even remember. You had your wife on the spot.
She was at the demo.
Oh God.
So she was at the demo, and then that's when I sat on the quarter pipe and showed everybody. And then when Barracks did a shoot all skaters, they used that B-roll footage. So I remember Jeff Taylor tripping out. He's like, dude, how do you have footage of like showing these dudes one of the biggest things to happen in your career to give you a career. And I'm like, I just gave my wife the VX and I was like, hey, film this. And she's just handy cam over there.
Amazing. That's some forward thinking right
back
there.
then too, there's no phones. There's no, I mean, that's the only way she could have captured that footage is with one of your cameras.
And I captured it in the sense of thinking like, that's as far as I was ever going to get. You know what I mean? So I was like, this right here was a goal of mine. Right. And I just wanted to have like, something to remember it, I guess. But
it's a little piece of history.
I didn't think of it as like being that crazy that I had it until Jeff was like, dude, do you know how wild that is? And I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. Like, now I didn't realize that.
Now it's literally a piece of history that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally. How far you've come, bro.
Did you give it to your wife and had to do the settings for her to film it?
Did she white balance it on somebody's t-shirt?
Dude, hey, I mean, dude, I didn't know I did everything auto back then. You know what I mean? So
it worked itself out.
And Chris is in that video?
I'm sitting next to Chris, showing him footage on my laptop.
You gotta send that. You gotta send that over. You gotta send that over.
Yeah,
so
can you
Chris
please
could pop that up. That would be amazing.
Please send that. Yeah.
Did I have a beard back then or no? Was I clean shaven?
No beard.
Oh, thank
no beard.
God.
You're a young guy. Okay, a little young guy.
I could show that footage.
Fresh guy.
You look the exact same actually. So
really?
And then Oliver Barton was Oliver Barton was on that trip too, and it was cool because I remember like filming next to him, and while he was shooting Scott Johnson do like a air over the hip, and I trip out because now we're super good friends, and I'm like, that's so wild to be like shooting next to somebody like that, and then talk to that dude like every other day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you know who he was on the trip? Were you already hip to?
I didn't really know who he was. I just knew he was the photographer. Like, so I was like, ooh, he's media. Like, this dude's awesome. And I remember even Scott was trying the trick over the hip. And I remember like, I'm going to go to the bottom and film Fisheye so I can be like one of the guys in the magazine that's like, you see filming. And Oliver was like, hey, no. And I was like, okay. So I went back up next to him and filmed it.
You tried.
You tried, right?
I tried.
Well, you think about it like, oh, it's a demo, it's whatever, right? You're not in the streets. It's not like going to be, you know.
I always liked in the old photos, you would see Tim Dowling down there, and like you'd see Ty.
Totally.
It's kind of it's cool,
I
right?
thought it looked dope. Yeah. I like.
That's what I was going for. That's what I was trying.
You see all the media there,
and then all of a sudden they're just like, get these guys out of there.
All these like, mate, no.
Yeah. Oliver shut me down, and then I was like, all right, I'll go. I went to the flat bar. Justin Eldridge was there. Filmed some tricks with him on the flat bar.
Amazing.
Dude, it was insane, so man. And I grew up loving Girl and Chocolate, so. Sick. I was like, that was a dream come true.
Man, it's so rad that I was a part of like your history right there. You know what I mean? Like that was the first. That's crazy.
That is super wild.
It's insane.
Wow. Full circle. Here we are.
And Reno, I mean, that trip was quick. I believe this was the hot chocolate tour, right?
Yep.
God, we must have spent like 1 or 2 days there, right? It wasn't that long.
Just a couple days.
Did you get any clips, Chris?
Of course, bro. Watch the hot chocolate tour.
You know what's funny is he was trying to switch heel a gap.
The dirt gap.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
didn't do it obviously.
Yeah, like it wasn't a manual pad. You know what I mean? So it's just funny.
You don't have that footage.
Yeah. I still have the footage.
Oh, of course.
Was
I saved everything, man.
Wow.
Justin hard flipped it?
Correct.
Mark Johnson switch frontside flip.
Yep, that's it. Good memory, man. Good memory. It's not a beautiful gap. It's not a famous gap. It's nothing special, but you remember exactly which one it is.
Kelly has that memory.
That was the beautiful part about that video is that it was demo stuff and it was all my favorite skaters, but you saw the randomest spots, dude. It was super cool to see all that.
That's the vision that I have in my mind is being at that dirt gap and hanging out and doing stuff. And I don't remember trying to switch heel it, but I can imagine that didn't last long. Where I just kind of tried it and then just gave up and
see
probably
how this first 10 try goes.
That's awesome. You tried that because you ended up doing the double set.
I did the double set. I don't remember.
Amazing.
Was
that was in
North Carolina, maybe
somewhere further along, probably.
Yeah, that's amazing, Chris Ray. Wow.
Yeah,
that's so
crazy.
It was
pretty cool.
I don't remember the other spots. Was there other spots we went to in Reno that made it in the video?
Yeah, there was a spot that it's called Deer Park, and Richard Mulder. Crook fakie on a flat bar going down a hill and then switch double flip.
Oh,
like it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was in Reno. That's where you asked for the wax and that's where I first met you.
What the fuck was I waxing there, dude? Like I wasn't waxing the flat bar.
A horrible metal table that like didn't grind at all. Like Mike York nose manualed it just for fun, but
just for fun.
Yeah, but they filmed it.
It was a lifetime ago, man. It feels like a lifetime ago. Like I said, I don't remember that. I just remember the dirt gap in the park, because it was a kind of a parking lot to parking lot. So the bottom parking lot like was where we were parked and hanging out and stuff. I do remember that.
It was filming for Hot Chocolate.
Absolutely.
Hot Chocolate Tour. Yeah.
So what is that? Yep. What year is that? Do we know?
Was that 2003?
3 maybe?
Yeah.
3? Yeah. That sounds about right.
Motherfucking years.
That's when I graduated high school, dude.
Wow. Wait a minute, was Spike Jones there?
Yeah, so he was there, and I think that's something I'll always regret, is like never like talking to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when we brought this story up on your, sorry to interrupt, when we brought this story up on your show, on your episode here, now we're bringing it up again. I don't remember Spike Jones' name. Like, was that even a big thing for you, or were you more like enamored with like Ty Evans and like all these other?
I just knew who the skaters were at that time, and I knew who Ty was, but I didn't know like really I don't know. I was more just like, to be honest, like, I was tripping on the whole thing. You got to think like back then, a team coming to town, that happened, once every 2 years, it seemed like, and you couldn't just Facebook somebody or MySpace them back in the day. Like, it just didn't happen. And I was just tripping out that it was Girl and Chocolate, period. And Spike, I remember being like, this is crazy. And I always like think about, I'm like, man, they never got to like say hi. You know what I mean? I never said anything to him. So that kind of, I always regretted that a little bit.
I think he would have engaged too. He's such a great dude.
Sure. I grew up, I started skating in 95, and I saw Spike Jones as like, I saw Mouse and everything like that, but I didn't know what he had done before that. Or outside of skateboarding, because I wasn't looking. I was only looking just at skating. So you see, then you see Ty Evans comes around, all these things. You just focus on them, and then you look back, you're like, damn, dude, he really did. He
did this, he did that. All these commercials, like famous shit.
Yeah, I mean everything outside of skateboarding.
And you don't see that. You don't see the behind the scenes on those commercials and these music videos. You know,
right?
So that's why I was like, when he came on our show, it was like, what? You did that music video? It's like, it's incredible, dude.
When he started to divulge the whole thing.
Huge library.
And I grew up watching Mouse like every day before school. So when like Mike York, I don't know why, he ended up being one of my favorite skaters as a kid, because I would take the train over to Pier 7 and I met him one time and I was like, hey, can I buy your board? And he was like, I think like $35. And I was like, I only got 25. And he's like, too bad. And I was like, okay. So it was amazing. I was just like, that's so sick. I got to talk to him. So it was amazing.
The rad thing about the Hot Chocolate Tour is Spike Jones was on pretty much the whole thing in the van with us.
Crazy.
And man, he was on tour. He was the first one out of the van, skating around the parking lot, doing stuff and filming us. And then the last one back. And then like, he was really enjoying. And I was just like, dude, this is Spike Jones. Yeah. Like, he's the first one out of the van on day 27 still. You know what I mean? Like,
he was on a
amazing.
I think he left maybe early to go do something, but he was there for literally the majority of the trip.
That's dope.
It was crazy.
That's super dope.
And we were lighting shit on fire and it's like crazy.
Dude,
like, whoa, where was Spike Jones? Like, this must be okay.
What did he win? A Grammy or what? Academy Award?
He did.
Yeah, Academy Award, I believe.
Jesus.
Academy Award winner director. Wow. You'll be there, Chris Ray. We will get you an Academy Award. We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna put it right there.
Do it.
But okay, that was the past. That was such great reminiscing. I love those stories. That's so amazing. But okay, so nowadays you were talking about projects and stuff. We were talking about the GoPro supermarket thing. Maybe you got to think of more ideas. Like, what was one of the last things besides maybe the supermarket thing? What was one of the last things that you really, really enjoyed making? But you really had fun, because maybe some projects, not as fun as others, and this time you really had a good time.
It's gonna happen.
I mean, we did this like documentary style piece for DT called Lefty, and that was like, do you guys familiar with Lefty?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we watched it on the show. His arm.
Yeah.
He lost his arm in a car accident, and the story was super crazy. And just going and like filming the interview with his mom and him, and then going to the site of the accident and making something that if you skateboard, don't skateboard, you can watch. And like, dude, people watched it and just like cried in front of me and was just like, you have no idea how impactful this is. And I'm like, that, I mean, our crew did that. And that was something that we all were like pretty proud of.
Wow.
But dude, we put out so many videos. It's like hard to remember even like we've done.
I get you. No, for sure.
He said once a month, and that's just for DC.
Yeah.
But that lefty thing, I think we actually reviewed it on I think we reviewed it on the Experience show. I think so.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it. Yeah. And then the Kalis thing, because I remember helping you, or I did interviews for the Kalis piece you guys did. That was was that Complex?
That was for, I think, Hype Beast or Complex or something.
Yeah.
But dude, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like those things come in and out so fast, and I can't remember. I like always had to pull up the DC YouTube to be like, oh yeah, this is what I worked on.
Sure.
Well, one that we just did that was cool was a Go Skateboarding Day project for DC, and it was because when COVID hit, we knew we couldn't do any live activations, so I wanted to take this projector and like project skate footage onto buildings in downtown LA. So we did like this. I went to Evan Smith's house and I just mic'd him up, and I was just like, hey dude, like, tell me about like why skating's so awesome. Like, why is it like a family? Like, what's so cool about it? And why do we look at the world different and so on? And then we took his piece, laid that over a bunch of footage, projected it on buildings in LA at nighttime. And so that was pretty fun to do, like during the whole COVID thing where everything was shut down, and release that on Go Skateboarding Day. And that was cool to like have something to put out, you know?
I think we watched that one on the Experience too. It's like, remember the buildings were the skate stuff? Like, you projected the different things. That was cool. That was really sick.
Yeah, that was fun. And then done a couple X Games Real Street stuff. I'm actually doing another one with Alexis this year. So Alexis
Ramirez. Oh, Alexis
Ramirez.
Okay.
Dude, you did the one with Chase Webb. That was insane, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We did the last 2 years with him, and then I'm doing Alexis this year. And
did you win the one?
Can be good. We won the last 2 years. Yeah.
You won the last 2 years. What's it like going out filming with Chase Webb? This kid is just
amazing.
I mean, is he getting shit first? Like, is he like what?
That kid battles for sure.
Does he battle?
Yeah. But it's just like filming dudes like that in general. Like, they just love skateboarding.
Right.
So you like when you go to the spot, it's not like, oh, I got to do this gnarly trick because it's my job. It's like they're excited to see a huge rail or to see like the perfect spot. So those are like my kind of skaters that I like to film that are just like, dude, this is skateboarding. This is fun. This is like what we want to do it for, you know? So
yeah, but awesome. He's doing the like, are you scared
for him?
Like for him? Yeah.
It depends on the spot. You know what I mean? Like usually it's funny because when dudes get hurt, it's usually like something stupid or something, you know, like
true.
It could be a small rail. It could be like a 7-star rail, you know what I mean? But usually when they're grinding a huge rail like that, it's
that one rail that's weird. Like goes down and then curves around super long and then drops off.
Yeah.
I forget what he do on that Feeble grind?
I think so.
Yeah, Feeble did. That was 2 years ago in Real Street.
Huh.
Dude, and then
so that was insane.
I think recently he did a trick that really tripped me out. I think it was front blunt, big spin to back lip. Is that what it was? Or front board? Or is it 50-50 big spin to back lip?
It was 50-50 to big spin the front board. That was like his ender in Real Street for last year.
So you're going for 3 wins in a row. You're going for the trifecta.
Nobody's done a 3-peat, so it'd be tight. I won with Mike Mo like years before that.
Okay.
But nobody's done 3 in a row.
Dude, so you have 3 gold medals?
Damn.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Where do you keep them?
We're going to keep them right here, Kelly. Right here. I'm going to hang them up right here.
They're behind my computer, just on the wall hiding, but
It's so tight.
Well, it's pretty fun, dude. It's like cool to do a contest that they judge the filming and the editing, and like you get to team up with the filmer and the skater and like do a 60-second part. Like I really enjoy doing those.
Well, that's why, I mean, the filmer never gets enough credit. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like they always are the ones that are in the trenches with the skater. They're doing it, you know, and like, that's why my favorite episodes are the filmers, photographers, people behind the scenes. It's like, it's so interesting to get their perspective. They were there for some of the most monumental tricks ever.
And things stand out different to them.
Totally.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what's hilarious is after we did my episode before, I got more like love for that than any videos I spent like years on. And I was just like, dude, this is this is like the respect that I got from people, just like the love and like the props. I was like, dude, like, what about the video part?
But how do you think I feel now? You know, fuck. Nobody ever mentions hot chocolate anymore.
But just to say, everyone's loving you because of all those videos. And you get to talk about it and share. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And finally see the guy behind it all. And
that's right.
You know, that's what this is cool about this show to have the guests on.
That's why those are my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
And I feel like those episodes should be 100,000, 200,000. Like the skate. I just love behind the scenes shit. Yeah. I was talking to some dude at the beach the other day about, he was like, oh, you like movies? I'm like, yeah, I like movies, but I like the behind the scenes. Like when Spike Jonze was on, how did they film this? How did they do that? Right. You know, I'm not like a movie maker, but that stuff always interests me.
I'm obsessed with movie locations. Like every time I go to like an area, I'm like, oh, what? The Star is Born is filmed here in this parking lot? I went to the parking lot before a spot. I was just like, no way. Like, this is where it was at. That's crazy, you know?
Dude, you should go skating with Tom Karangalov. That's all he does.
Dude.
When I
heard that story of like how they do that, I was like, dude, that's literally, I can totally relate to that. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw this on Instagram. You guys seen the movie Invisible Man?
Oh, it's a old one
that came out.
No, it's a newer.
Yeah.
It's a new one.
No, I haven't seen that one.
2 years ago.
Last 2 years ago, and it's about this guy who like he's
invisible.
He's invisible. Well, he has a suit. he has a suit that he made that like he turns invisible. He's like trying to like attack this girl, and it showed how they did this scene where like this girl's getting like they're like holding her up. Right. And it's this guy in a green screen suit. But like just to see that stuff, the behind the scenes, like really makes you look at it different, you know?
Dude, in I think it was pretty sweet when Alex Olson does the thing and the board's going underneath the thing. Yeah. Spike's wearing the green suit.
Oh yeah,
Spike's wearing it and he's like doing flipping the board. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
like, really.
And the green boards when they took out the.
Oh yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Everybody had a green board.
Do you still have yours?
I don't. That was like that's archives at Girl.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's that Girl.
Yeah, they have all the green boards.
You should grab that.
I remember going to Girl and seeing them all lined up on the wall, all the green boards.
What's your ambition, bro? I mean, like you're having fun doing all this stuff. You're working with like amazing companies. It seems like you're really enjoying what you're doing. But like, are you like motion pictures or more out in the field, like traveling, like? Maybe like National Geographic, like what's your ambition? Like, what do you want to do?
That's a tough one. Like I literally, I kind of like at this weird point in my life where I wonder that too, because the thing that I'm like, I love marketing. I love working for a company. The thing I'm learning with filmmaking is it's a service, right? So you get paid for what you put in, but you have to work, you know? So I think one day I would love to like have a company or a product, not necessarily like a skate company or something like that, but something that's like a product that relates to filmmakers or action sports or something. But because like, dude, if I go and I sit on the beach for a week right now, I don't make any money. Right. Like, so one day when I'm like 60, I'm like, dude, how am I going to have income if my body doesn't work anymore? And I can't work or something happens, like I need to figure out, you know, just a way to kind of do something else. But so I mean, I'd love to come up with a product and run a company and do with marketing and filming involved with that.
Interesting. But not the answer I thought. Right.
Well, movies also really excite me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, there's so many things I want to do. So it's maybe like I dabble into this and I'm kind of like doing that now where I get to do the skating, I get to do the non-skating and the sports and all that stuff.
You have a good gig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, so I'm stoked. And, you know, like somebody told me a long time ago, they're like, hey man, like skating, like do this as long as you can, because everything else will always be there. They'll always be making movies. You could always do a company. You could always do all stuff. So what's the hurry? So it's like, I've been stoked on that, you know,
sure.
I mean, skateboarding is like all of our first love. You know, it's crazy that we still get to work in this, right? You know,
no doubt.
To talk about it.
Amazing. And you're still fairly young, Chris, so you still have some opportunity, like, you know.
For sure.
You're not an old guy yet.
But I mean, you know, you see these young kids coming out and it's like, I can't keep track of every good kid nowadays.
But still.
You know, so it's just different. And, you know, I'm seeing a lot of the guys that I grew up liking are moving on to do other things. And, you know, I'm like, oh man, like I want to evolve also and do something else. But you know, so I don't know. I'm thankful for everything, and I'm definitely excited for like the future and the opportunity. I'm kind of keeping it open for anything. It could be movies, it could be a company, or it could be like a product, you know, but I'm kind of just, I know when it hits me, it's going to hit me, and I'm going to be like, it's time. You know?
Everything falls into place, right? Yeah. You're not searching it, but you're accepting what's coming in, right? So
being patient, key.
Patience is virtue, bro.
Ooh, I'm telling you. But I mean, the guy's right, you know, travel, skateboarding, fun, you know, you're really doing it, you know, not travel, not so much right now, but I would have never left this country probably if it wasn't for skating.
Yeah.
Damn true.
I swear to God I probably would have never had an opportunity to jump on a plane and go to Barcelona, jump on a plane, go to China,
wanted to take a
Australia.
fucking vacation somewhere that was, you know.
There's one place you might have traveled places, but you wouldn't have traveled the places we went to.
Yeah.
Going to China, like
right.
I would have never went to China.
Yeah. I probably would have gone to like Yosemite.
Yosemite's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
totally.
Not China.
But like, dude, like I tell people too, I'm like, they're like, oh, you get to travel? And I'm like, yeah, but like the best part is that when we travel as skaters, we don't travel and stay at like the Hard Rock Cafe and all the like tourist spots. Like we're usually skating and like we're in Shenzhen and we're pulling up to some food spot where nobody speaks English and we're ordering food. We're like really getting in the culture of places where like, you know, I could probably go back to all the places that I've been to with my family and
know what's up.
No, or see things that I never saw. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
I see what you're saying.
The locations of like, like it would be like, people are like, oh, you've been to this place, but have you gone to this, like the Opera House in Australia? I'm like, no, but I've skated by it. On the bridge.
I saw it from a distance.
Yeah.
And we also get immersed into, you know, that city or that country that, you know, because the skaters are showing us around. They're showing us the dope places to eat, the dope bars, the dope spots. Like, we get to see
I've
it
been
from.
Been to Makba, but I've never been in it.
Right. We get to see the countries from the locals' point of view.
For sure.
That's what it is.
Yes.
We don't have to go to the concierge and ask where a good place to eat.
And they send you somewhere totally different.
Right. Yeah. Listen, we got GoPro. We got
DC.
Yeah. We got all these outside jobs. You got, do you want to work for us? We have a lot of work to do, you know.
Told you guys I don't say no.
Okay. Perfect.
He set himself up for this.
You did. That was a test.
Yeah. So what are you gonna have him do, Chris?
My response is usually I'm not allergic to money, so I'll do it.
Everybody loves money.
How's that budget?
Budget's looking good.
There we go.
Budget's looking good, bro.
There we go.
We could do, man. We'll figure something out for you to do.
There we go.
What do you film with? What's your go-to? What's your go-to camera? Are you using a Red or using a VX?
I have an issue with buying a lot of stuff. I spend way too much money on camera gear. So I do have the Red, but I use that for like bigger production stuff. It's just not like it's not a skate friendly camera. You know, it takes forever to. Yeah, it takes forever to power on. It's like you can't delete clips, so media fills up, and you're going home with like you know a terabyte of footage. You know, just somebody attempting a trick sometimes. And then I'll use like I'm not a fan of DSLRs, so I got rid of my GH5. I just bought like a new Canon C70. I'm gonna try to use as like one of my skate cameras and like mini dock stuff, and then I use like an R5 photo camera because I've done like a lot of photo stuff. I recently, it was amazing. Mike Blayback is a good friend of mine. He shoots for DC, obviously. Yeah. And he called me one day and he was just like, hey man, like, I got double booked for this Ford shoot and they requested you. And I was like, I don't do photos. And he's like, yeah, you do. Like, you could do it. And I was like, wow. Dude, yes. I was just like, dude, I don't know, man. It seems like a lot of pressure. And the money was like really good because photographers, for whatever reason, get paid way more than filmmakers. And I will say, and I apologize to all the photographers out there, photography is so much easier.
Is it?
So much easier. Okay. It's so much easier. But anyways, props to them. They got to figure it out. But
listen. Company, go ahead, please.
Yeah, this company. They called me and they're like, you know, you're gonna come out and shoot, you know, this whole campaign thing. There's gonna be like ads and billboards and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh my, like so stressed out. I was like so scared. Playback's like, dude, you know how to do this. You know what a good angle looks like, all this stuff. He's like, go out in front of your street and shoot a bunch of cars driving by, change it to this one setting so it follows the focus thing. And I was like, okay, I did it. And I looked at my camera. I was like, dude, he's actually right. Like, I think I could pull this off. So they flew me out to Montana. I go out there and I'm on the job for photography, right? So I went and shot a bunch of photos, and they, again, dude, like, it's the agency seemed like the mentality of like a skater, where like I would just shot the entire time, and they were just like, dude, this is amazing. Like, it was in the snow too, in the mountains. So they're like, you're just running out there and just shooting stuff. You know, so they were like super stoked on, I guess, the effort I put in.
Right.
And then I was on the job, and some guy came up to me and he's like, hey, like, aren't you Chris Ray? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, why are you shooting photos? And I was like,
busted.
Yeah. And I was like, and the client was around, and I was like, no, like, I do photography all the time and stuff. So that
pulled him aside, like, hey, buddy, you're gonna fuck this
chill,
shit
dude.
out.
Yeah.
Chill, man. Come on.
So that made me like invest in some photo stuff and have that, you know, just in case I ever need to be Playback's backup dude. So he hooked me up with that. So it was good, man. I learned a lot from the first one, and
amazing.
And have done a few other photo jobs.
Sometimes you got to jump right in, dude.
Your first photography job was for Ford?
Yeah, and the guy looked at the photos, and he was like, "Oh, this is going to be perfect for the ad, and this one's for the billboard." And I was just like, "Totally, yeah," you know. So
is that like,
wow?
Isn't there anything like a rock? Isn't it like a rock?
Maybe.
Isn't that
Built Tough? Built Tough.
Oh, Built Up. What's like a? I'm blown.
That was something.
GMC.
That was something. I can't remember if it was like a GMC.
Like a rock.
Yeah,
man.
So yeah, he hooked me up with that. And I got some photo gear. So I started doing some photography stuff, and then I started even like shooting camera products for companies. Because they would like send me out a lot of stuff in exchange for doing product photography and just something I enjoy doing, you know, like I wake up early and skaters don't wake up early all the time. So I'm like, you know what, 7 a.m. I'm going to LA, find some cool spots to shoot this product before everybody's awake. And it's just been like, it's almost like a, not like a, it's just like, kind of like my outlet, you know what I mean? Like I like going out and just getting lost and like putting some headphones on and just shooting some product photography, and it's like therapy.
Wow.
It's just, I don't know. I really enjoy doing that.
You're just using natural light and all that stuff. You're not like setting up other things.
No, I don't know how to use flashes or anything like that.
Right.
So.
Wow.
That'd be amazing if the Ford people were like, yeah, what about light? No, I don't know how to use all that.
We don't need that.
Yeah.
We're good.
Homie just told me to put the little cursor on the thing.
If anybody from Ford is watching, if anybody from Ford is watching, I know how to shoot photos. It's okay.
Real talk.
It's okay. You can bring me back out of.
Proof is in the pudding.
No,
the pictures came out amazing. If they used them, you're good.
Bro, if Playback stamps you,
yeah,
you're good.
It's a solid back.
It's a solid
right
stamp.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, Playback is
he's yet to come on too.
He's yet to come on.
Yes. We've talked.
That guy's a legend.
We've talked.
That's the
I
homie.
talked to him. I talked to him 10 minutes before I got on the show, and he said to tell all of you hello.
Yes.
Hey, hell yeah.
Amazing.
Dude,
if
you guys get a chance, go check out his Etsy. His
He's got
photos,
some great
his prints.
Oh, buy those things,
Yeah.
please.
It was funny
Free
'cause
Christmas presents.
right after we
Yes.
talked about the Stevie thing and Stevie front nose, and he was like, yeah, Playback wanted the thing for DC. And then literally the next couple of days, he posted that for one of his prints.
Oh, it's awesome.
sick.
Yeah, I was
So
like, there's a photo.
Is it Switch Front Nose?
Switch front nose.
At Love Park,
Yeah.
right? Wow.
Playback just shot my last ad that I just shot. I mean, because they had
He told me.
the whole campaign or whatever based for Girl, and I hadn't been out with him. Fucking probably been 15 years.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the trick?
A heel flip.
Oh, the
Still.
ad.
Yeah.
Oh, you said you didn't like your face.
Amazing.
I didn't like my face. In that. and he said it's not about your face, and I trusted him. And I let that ride, but I definitely brought that to his attention. Like, dude, I don't like my face in this shit, bro. And sure enough, fucking Justin LD was like, dude, your fucking
Yeah, I
face.
remember that. Yeah.
It wasn't a good look. I'm like, you fucker, dude.
Oh, it's all good, dude.
Whatever though, Mike Playback captures really, really, really awesome photos, man. And been doing it for years.
I was fortunate enough to shoot with him a few times too.
Oh, he said he had a photo of you doing like a front nose.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think I did a front nose, and it's very like a ghostly image. You could kind of see through my body, you know, just right up
the
here
transparent
on the
type of.
Yeah, it was really cool.
What is it called? It's not transparent.
I don't know. Ask the photographer here. What was it?
The photographer, we're acting Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
When like the person's like,
me? Oh yeah.
Translucent.
It's opacity. It's opaque.
Opacity.
Yeah.
Opacity.
Yeah, it's about a 45% opacity.
Totally. That's right. Yeah. Sorry.
And I shot with him at something else, switch front nose, I think, on this like bump to bar thing. I don't know if I saw that photo.
Never came out?
I don't know. I have to ask him.
I'm sure he
that.
has it though. I'm sure
I'm sure it's everything archived. Yeah,
sure. He's got to sell that print.
It's gonna be on Etsy now that you talked about it.
There you go.
So it'll be up.
I trip out too. He actually shot my checkout.
Oh, sick.
Like that was something he shot my checkout and Greg Hunt filmed the clip. And I looking back, I was like, and I was skating with Ryan Gallant and PJ Ladd. I was like, as a kid, I was in that moment being like, this is the craziest moment right now. But shout out to those dudes for being so epic, dude. Those guys did some rad stuff.
It's so funny, man. Coming up in skateboarding, you know who these people are. Right,
Yeah,
but you shouldn't know almost, right? Unless you really read and they put the names in the magazines or the credits at the end of a video, like.
Dude.
But
even if you don't know him, like the name is so familiar that you're like, he's important. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely something about this guy.
Well, even like Chris said, you know, he didn't know who Ollie was at the time, but he knew he was media. He knew he was the dude.
Of course,
you know.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. Looking back at you just know who these people are.
Oh, dude, looking through magazines as a kid, man, everything in the corner, I'd be like, who shot that? I'm like, oh, Cossack? Okay, cool. I'm like, you just kind of figured out who, and then you would randomly, then you would see them in the photo, or a filmer. Actually, it doesn't make any sense.
You'd see the photo and the photographer in the photo.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. But you would see the photo of the filmer, and then you would see who filmed it in the end of the videos, and then you would see them in the photos.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Anyways.
I'm talking about photography.
But it's a small group of people. It's not a big group of these guys.
No.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean, it's very small.
Especially back then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's grown since then, you know.
The conversation we're having right now, kids today are probably like, what are you guys talking about? Like a photo in a magazine with the BGPs of a filmer? They're like, and then you see the footage, like.
You know what's funny, dude? It was Louis Elliott posted something and he was like, he's like, ask me the questions, and the kid started asking him questions, you know, like you do on Instagram. Oh, yeah. He's like, hey, why does Thrasher post you in all the videos that they post? Like, whatever. And he's like, dude, I film all the videos. Like, why? Like, you know, that's how kids don't even relate to anything anymore. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
but then they show it, there's like a video camera next to his name. It's like, bro, you should get that. You should get that already.
2 and 2. Yeah. Put them together.
Like, they don't even get it on social media. They don't even get it now. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
It's wild.
It's super wild.
Chris Ray. I mean, this is the type of shit that, you know, makes us mad. Is that when people don't post your name next to something, you know? Like, you were there with them.
Yeah, people want to know that.
Post my name.
I don't think Ford's putting my name on the billboard. But.
They didn't put your handle on the billboard?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's different, right?
Like a rock. Man. That'd be funny, like at Chris Ray Films. Like
a Rock, I think it's Ford, dude.
Is it Ford?
I think it is too.
I think it is.
I can't imagine.
It might have been an old campaign. Oh, shit.
Like a rock.
Isn't that Bob Seger?
Right.
I don't know who it was, but yeah, I remember it. Show tunes, you know? They're not... Makes you remember them.
We don't remember. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Because I don't know if it's Ford. I don't know who's saying it.
And not for nothing, man. The words of Dubs. It's scary out there, man, when COVID hit and all that stuff. And I'm glad you guys really, you know, like we're busier than ever, you know?
Yeah,
still making content and stuff like that. Because, you know, I worry about all these guys, you know? It's like people losing their jobs, you know? It's tough out there.
Yeah, we were fortunate. I mean, obviously everything with what's going on with COVID is not good. But the way I kind of looked at it was just like, it like paused life a little bit, which felt good. You know what I mean? I was just like, dude, it's finally like
I could breathe.
Travel. Yeah, and like it was just like it paused for a moment, and it was like nice to kind of be like, dude, like I've never been home with my kids,
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
at a long period of time. So
That's true.
my daughter was born and I was like, this is crazy. I get to see her actually grow up and like walk. You know what I mean? Like when my son did a lot of his first things, I was on skate trips.
Right.
You know, we were on tour. So it's I don't know, it was an adjustment at first because I'm like so used to go. And then, you know, you be in the middle of editing and I can't believe they didn't break down my door during this interview. You know what I mean?
I was just thinking that actually.
So,
I was like,
I gave my son a fair warning. I was like, I'm doing something. Please do not break into my office. He's like, but why? And
how old are the kids?
Please. My son will be 8 next month and my daughter will be 2 in March.
Amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Any animals?
Yep. I got a dog, Carly.
Nice.
13.
13 years old.
Somebody gave her that name when they gave her to us. So otherwise I'd have like a fancy. My last dog was Etney, actually. So I'd have like something.
Etney, wow.
Sick name.
Is that after Etnies?
I mean, yeah, but no. It was not like I like. It's not like I'm like Etney's lover, but I was like.
It's a good name.
I do like that. Just a singular
Etney.
name.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a dog named Trainwreck once.
Skate-oriented dogs, yes.
Yeah, a dog named Trainwreck.
That's a weird name for a dog.
Yeah.
Come here, Trainwreck.
Yeah, people were very confused, but you know, he was the shit at the moment, so it was it was awesome. Amazing. The homies all knew, all the friends in high school knew, so it was cool.
Yeah. Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're at the dog park. Trainwreck.
Hey, is that where you're sitting right now? Is that where you edit all your videos?
This is my home office, and then I actually have an office at DC. But yeah, this is like where I'm editing, you know, everything this last year and so on.
Sick.
So, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Do you like editing? Do you like it? Be honest. Be honest.
That's a love-hate. It depends on what the project is. And it also depends on like how much say I have in it. You know, like if you're just like, hey, just do something that you want, then it's cool. But I mean, dude, it's so time consuming. And when you work for a company, you have a lot of opinions. Yeah. And it's hard, you know, and even some skaters are heavily involved where some are just like, I don't care, just do whatever, you know, I trust you. So it just depends. And for me, it comes down to like, do I like the song? Do I get in the mood, you know? Yeah. So it's just,
so important.
I don't know what else to compare it to.
Yeah. I just feel like sometimes, I mean, editing is it's a tough thing. You know,
because you're in it as well, so you look at it a different way.
I do, and I'm editing kind of the same style episodes all the time. Yeah, you know,
a little different.
It's different. It's different, but
I would like. I don't do if I do anything outside of DC. I don't do editing.
You just give them the footage. Here you go.
It's like day shoots. You know what I mean? Like, I'll come in for a day or two, but if somebody hits me up and they're like, "Hey, I want to do this edit and take on," I'm like, dude, that ends up being way more work. So I try not to do any editing outside of DC. Yeah.
Some videographers, they just like to shoot, give the footage, and that's it. Some they don't like to edit, and maybe some are opposite of that.
I could see why it could be daunting for you because like you're doing the same thing day in, day out.
It's kind of the same thing.
But he has a different landscape where he's actually there's different footage and he has music to do too. There's there's a different type of creative madness behind that.
Yeah. Dealing with skateboarding is a whole different thing than
I think even on your episode when you were here like 2 years ago, I think we actually talked about the like the motorbike on the water, right? Like you filmed that, but you didn't edit it, right?
Yeah. No, I didn't edit it. Martin Fogues edited that, and then we we were on that shoot and it was just skaters shot that. You know what I mean? It was a whole crew of just skaters. So
sick.
That's what Jeff Taylor wanted. He's like, I need dudes that are skaters, not Hollywood guys. They're gonna be like, I gotta wait for the lighting and this and that. Like we just barged it, dude, and that was crazy.
But the reason I brought that up is I would think like, okay, like those are the shoots where you do different things, and maybe those are the enjoyable editing jobs, right? Yeah. Where you're like, okay, that was cool. I can really make something out of that. This was a fun shoot, but I really, it was cool, but somebody else could edit that. You know what I mean? Like editing that fun stuff that you really enjoyed, and the music you said too. I mean, it plays a big role in it.
It makes it more enjoyable for sure.
I'll go and edit like non-skate stuff for DC for like a while, and then all of a sudden I'll jump on a big skate project, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is where I fit in, and I like forget that I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and it clicks and it works. You know what I mean? So like we did the Domino project, which was like DC Europe video, and that a part dropped every single week on Thrasher, and it was like 6 or 7 weeks in a row or something, and it was just every week like another major part dropping, and that was fun to just like jump back into that and take on a video like that.
How was that planned out? Because it wasn't really kind of this big announcement like DC's doing these videos. It was kind of like this one would come out, then this one would come out. Like obviously there's thought process behind it. You know, obviously they have a plan, but why, what was the plan? Like, why not just throw out a whole video at once? Why do this?
I was one that pushed back on it. The plan was to be one whole video, but I personally can't sit through a long video nowadays.
Okay.
I think everybody's attention span is shorter.
Sure.
And I think, you know, it's definitely planned. Like Jimmy Asterford plans the whole like article with Thrasher and all the timing of everything. But I was like, dude, if we launch it every week, then like we have Thrasher pushing that out every week versus just like one day it drops and then we hope that you saw the whole thing that day, you know? So, and I think like the dudes getting their shine by themselves is important. You know, I think that if you're in the middle of the video or you don't make it to the end, like that sucks for some dudes. And dude, there's times that videos come out and I see just the banging clip on Instagram and I don't watch the video. So, I was one that definitely was like, I think we should push this out separately. But it's funny because you could like, somebody else can totally disagree with that and be like, it needs to be like a full video, you know? And that's what skateboarding is. And it's like, yeah, I mean, let's put them all together at the end of it and put it on YouTube too. So,
hey, there you go. Exactly. There's always options. Because sometimes they would do that. Yeah, they would do the whole video, right? And then release certain people's parts out afterwards, right? So you kind of just did it in reverse.
Didn't they do that with the Toy Machine video that remember when Roger was speaking on it?
Yeah.
I wonder what the budget difference would be from launching a video straight up, like all together, and then having it spaced out. Is there any difference you think paying?
No.
You don't think so?
Everything's already paid for itself.
No, but like,
you're saying music wise and stuff.
That and just like, you know, you're paying Thrasher every month to post a single DC video up every week rather than just posting one video that 1 week and then you like it's over from there. You know what I'm saying?
That's more of a Jimmy question, I guess. But that's I don't know how they work that or if you even have to pay, you know?
Yeah, it's just curious. And then the other thing I wanted to say too was,
I'm like, Roger, was that important? What'd you say?
Yeah, what's the return on investment?
Raj wants to know what the ROI is on that.
But brand awareness.
Yeah, brand awareness.
That is very...
Yes.
Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to say, I thought that video was awesome because we were all talking about every week. We talked about it, which was great for you guys as well and then we get to have something to talk about, but we didn't know who was coming next. I remember like towards the end, we're like, is Danny Way gonna have a part? Like we're like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, that's the surprising part about it.
And it was like we didn't know who was coming next. I thought that was pretty cool.
I've stopped like kind of giving too much away because things shift and change, and especially with like today's world, like if something were to happen, like I would tell DC like, dude, I don't want to say this is coming out on 12/25, you know what I mean? Because if something happens in the world and we need to get behind it to like bring awareness to that situation, we need to be prepared for that. I don't want to be like, sorry guys, we can't support what's going on in the world because we're launching a video. Yeah. Like I just don't want to be locked into one thing. I mean, it will come out and if we make it good, people are going to see it. And then like, dude, if I tease something 2 weeks on Instagram before it comes out, like, dude, you don't remember you're not going to remember like, 2 weeks from now that's coming out, you know, like it's just, you got to do it like within 48 hours and then it comes out. But the reason we didn't say who was coming next in Domino was because of music clearance. We had a plan and they all did come out in the order we wanted, but just in case a song didn't clear in time, we wanted to be able to shift.
Makes sense. That's smart too.
Yeah, definitely. And then at the end of the day, that's 7 weeks of promotion. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of just blowing your whole load on that first one.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Here we go. We got 7 weeks to really
I literally said that, I think, in the DC meeting. Let's not blow our load.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is good when you see the vibe of the team together in one video, then it makes sense. You know, that's cool. But
there's different projects for different times and different things.
Like seeing like Pretty Sweet like if it was dispersed like that throughout the weeks would have been a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's different.
It's all based on the time too. I think more likely we've evolved into where we are now. And like Chris was saying a little while ago, like, I mean, our attention spans are fucking like, we can't sit through a fucking 60-minute video. Like, not that we can't, but it's like we're already kind of adapted to this new format.
Dude, when we look at our videos every week, like when we look at the link Roger puts on there, it's like, 28 minutes. We're like,
you look at the time.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I look at.
That's true. Being a new recruit to this shit.
Oh my God.
I'm like, bro.
And then you look at the other ones, you're like, okay, I'll take this one
I'll
right
take
now.
the 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's weird how our work,
How did that change?
Yeah, it's so weird.
But it's true though. You look at like a company like Primitive as well. Like they don't say, "Hey, we're doing this." Like they just drop a video.
Yeah.
It's I mean, dude, like I trip out because when I started at Transworld, I was doing DVDs, right? And then I got to be there when when iTunes first started and existed. And then, be there for premieres and then be there for launching stuff to YouTube and then, off to Thrasher and other sites like that. Like it's crazy to be there for like that whole evolvement, like of how it all works, where some guys that work with me are like, dude, I've never done a DVD. Like, what did you have to do? And, what was the premiere like and things like that. So
crazy.
Pretty crazy.
God, because shit's happened really fast too. Well, to me, because it seems like years are fucking flying by. But like, doesn't it seem like the things really,
bro?
Yeah,
I don't know. Is it me?
It is.
It changes quick. And remember, Chris, you probably go through the same thing because it's like you just said you have a lot of gear. You always buy new stuff. But when we were filming like Pretty Sweet and everything, like. It seemed like damn near every week Ty had a brand new camera. He had this camera. He had this camera. He would always have.
He was highly investing in
these new cameras that he was trying out and everything. And I'm like, wow.
It was crazy too because whatever Ty used, that was the standard camera that everybody had to use. And then now today, you go to a skate spot, everybody has a different camera.
Yeah. Right.
Like it doesn't. Before it was like, no, we're all using. Like if he's using that camera, that's what we all use. Yeah. But nowadays, it's like it's changed to where. It's like we can all have different cameras now, and
everybody has a particular style in a sense of what they like to see.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting field you're in. Like it seems like it's just an ever changing landscape out there. You always got to be hip to the newest shit. Yeah, it's really interesting. But you have fun doing it, man. You love it.
We all do, man. We all.
Bro, I see you in the gullies out there with the camera strapped to the hood of a car and doing weird shit out in the middle of nowhere. Like I love it, bro.
Trying to get the shot.
I love it. Now, when you're doing that kind of, are you out on a shoot, or are you just like got some gear and you're trying this new thing out?
Well, like when I'm doing those like crazy weird shots and testing,
you're in a gully where you got a camera rig on the hood.
Well, it could be a few things. Usually if I'm on a big shoot, I'm too busy to like be testing and doing any BTS and getting creative really. But I'm also like, if I wake up on the weekend and there's not a shoot happening, that's when I take this camera gear and I go, I want to try something weird and unique and different, know? And I think even going back to the GoPro, that's why like I like using that camera because I try to use that camera in ways you can't use a Red. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to shove that thing into water and then like film somebody do a trick.
Sure.
But so it's just, I don't know, it just makes you think different and look at things different. But I have fun doing that stuff, man. It's amazing.
Chris Ray. Dude, this has been so fun, bro.
Yeah, this has been great.
I love it.
Good to catch back up with you guys.
I love wrapping out, man. And listen, we got to go skate. I want to get some GoPro clips, man.
Let's do it.
I want to see it though.
What do you mean you want to see it?
I want to see it.
I want. We all will.
You got to ollie over the block or the curb.
I'll try.
Yeah. I want to ollie. I want a 180 over the curb.
He can do that.
I'll go through Kelly's jump rope.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's go.
Incorporate the jump rope.
He has to have a shirt on though. That's the only requirement. He has to have a shirt on.
All right.
No tank top. No nothing.
I was going to say a tank top might be
he's got to wear a turtleneck.
Turtleneck?
Yeah.
Where am I going to get a turtleneck?
I don't know, but you better hurry, bro, because we're going to go down there soon.
Yeah. We can't get that video flagged. Shirt is required.
There you see?
What do you mean?
You're getting videos flagged left and right, Kelly.
When do you get videos flagged with the shirt off?
Your
dude?
videos will get us flagged.
I'm so buff. I'm just showing everyone my guns. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, Chris Ray. No, but seriously, it'd be so fun, dude, just to catch up and see you in person and go skate and open air and you know what I mean? Like,
let's do it.
Hey, and also, I say it to everybody, the Stop and Chat show, it was, designed to have guests back in the, and catch up and everything. So, hey, feel free, come back anytime, sit with us. Hopefully when all this stuff is kind of blown over, we can have guests back in the studio. Come back and hang out with us anytime.
That'd be awesome.
Thank you for setting up my GoPro, man. I really appreciate that too.
You're all ready now.
I'm ready.
Good.
Yeah, you gotta do it in person. You gotta make it all better for Chris.
Oh, I'm gonna bring my GoPro with my selfie stick.
The selfie stick is so sick.
That's a dope. Yeah.
This isn't a regular
chilling.
selfie stick. This is
fucking legit right there.
This
bro.
is
The El Grande.
It's El Grande.
That's legit right there.
That's legit. Jeron, when you board slide, I'm gonna
get
right
up
there.
in there.
You have to get low. If you're getting under curb, like board slide under curb, you have to get low on that thing, dude.
Really low.
Yeah.
You're gonna be seeing,
But that thing can do it though. It gets right in there.
I'm gonna be scraping this thing along the ground.
And with that steady cam control,
Ooh.
hey,
It's gonna be buttery.
it's gonna be super buttery. Yeah.
Anyway, Chris Ray, dude, thank you so much for stopping and chatting with us. Always a pleasure, dude. Always
man.
a pleasure.
Chris.
So fun. I'm so stoked that you're doing what you love, man, and you're keeping it moving and doing rad stuff, dude. Photography. Videography.
Yes.
Love it, bro.
Yes.
Like
Oh
a rock.
man.
That's the best too.
We'll have to get a photo at the curbs too. Can we get a photo?
We could do GoPro photo.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, GoPro photo.
I want like a rock photo. I want I want you to, do the little
the
thing.
billboard photo.
Yeah, I want a
Okay.
billboard photo.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question. Now,
Billboard photo?
but yeah, if you're taking a photo for a magazine, right? I mean, so many megapixels, whatever.
Yeah.
A billboard, do you have to have certain, are you shooting at like, what kind of DPI or
Camera has to be legit.
That's where Blayback came in and saved me. He was like, you need this camera and you're chilling. And that's where I went in. That's why I invested like in the photo gear.
Gotcha.
Just in case I get the phone call.
I like the way you move right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blayback said,
I'm
get
just
this
as backup
camera.
dude.
It's going to pay for itself based on what you're going to get paid. So go ahead and get that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But how many megapixels are we talking about? What does a billboard blow up to?
The camera I just got is like 45 megapixels.
Oh my
So,
God.
Yeah. It's
I don't
buttery.
know what that means, but sounds awesome.
Well, I remember the little point shoots you'd get. It'd be like 12 megapixels or something like.
Come a long
Now
way,
they're
man.
what, 48 you said?
I think 45 is the one I have. Yeah.
Well, you know what you're doing, man.
Definitely.
Let's get that billboard photo this week, dog. Or next week, yep.
I already got one reserved on Fairfax, man. We're going to put that up there, bro.
It's going to be Chris pushing as fast as it's like a blur. It's going to be speeding.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I don't push that fast, Chris, so we're going to have to use some
have to
type
make
of
it look
motion
fast.
blur.
There you go.
Hey, what is it an ad for? This is a 9 Club?
Sure.
We're moving at the speed of light.
Let's go.
Catch us while you can.
There you go.
Dude, Chris, thank you so much again for stopping by, bro. This is incredible, man. Always love catching up with you. The best.
Definitely. Bro.
Yeah, you guys are awesome, dude. Thank you so much.
And listen, let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's go skate.
Yes.
I'm down.
This isn't trade show talk right now.
Trade show
Okay.
talk.
Okay.
You know the trade show talk.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Another reference of what kids are going to be like, what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Trade show talk for all the youngsters out there is when you go to the trade show and you're like, dude, let's go skate, dude, tomorrow. Yeah. I'll be up in Santa Monica. Okay, cool.
Let's connect.
Never
Lunch?
talk until
Never
the next,
talk
till the next trade show.
Until a year later.
Until you're doing it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Good times, bro. Chris Ray, everybody. Thank you so much. Chris Ray.